Just recently, I was having a personal learning appointment with somebody who's learning how to activate their emotional logic to cope with bullying at work. And this has been going on for quite some time, and it was having a very harmful effect on their home life, on their enjoyment of life generally, not just on the prospects at work. And it reminded me of just how widespread this bullying attitude is, and how easy it is these days for people to get away with it. It's very widespread in schools as well. Not many schools would like to admit it, because schools have to present a good reputation in order to attract people there. So it's very difficult to get a good measure of how much is going on. But clearly it's happening on the internet as well. And so it's not just physical, it's not just the actual violence, it's verbal, it's emotional, it's undermining people's confidence in themselves. And then of course there's another area of bullying as well, isn't there? Lots of children are being excluded from school for their bad behaviour. And they become willing victims, unfortunately, for county lines drug gangs. And there's various sorts of manipulation, trafficking of young girls into promiscuous behaviour. It's so easy to trap people into really destructive ways of life by undermining their emotions, by challenging them and making them feel powerless. And of course it's fear, isn't it? That's the way that it works, is by inducing fear in somebody else, you get a handle, they can manipulate other people's emotions. Now, what does emotional logic say about fear? Fear is what we would call part of a shock reaction, where you encounter some situation and you suddenly doubt your resources to handle it. And a lot of people feel that this shock reaction and the fear that comes with it, and the panic that can sometimes happen, clouding of thinking, they think that's a sign of their weakness. But actually, emotional logic is teaching, no, you need that. That is like the warning lights coming on your car dashboard to say something important's happening. What you need to do is find a safe place in order to work out what your resources are, what your abilities are, what you can actually pull in to help you manage this situation. Because initially you might doubt your resources, and that's the element that really is all about doubt. I doubt my abilities and my resources to cope with this. Now, we teach a lot about safe places. I'm not going to talk too much now about it, but there are three sorts. There's physical places, there's a state of mind, and there are relationships. So we help people to understand that. But what I really want to say is that if you think carefully about it, if shock that can trap you and make you so vulnerable to other people's manipulation, if that is doubt, then what you need is to know your resources. Logical? That's what emotional logic is. Understanding the adjustment process suddenly gives you more ability to resist fear, to resist shame, to resist depressive feelings of emptiness and powerlessness and the world's bigger than me. You can resist those because you know how these emotions fit together to move you on to a growth cycle where you come through stronger. Believe it or not, even if you are the victim of bullying as an adult, as a teenager, as a child in school, even at whatever age, you can learn something about your emotions. So that's why I want to direct your attention to the website on which you can access this. It's called relatedness.net, and if you simply go on there, you will find that a pop-up comes up to download a free emotional logic activation plan. How can I activate my own emotional logic? How can I learn to come through these situations stronger, just to be able to resist the pressure at the time, so that I can learn to say no in a way that is not going to aggravate the other person, but is going to actually build your understanding of yourself and of what's going on and what's driving that other person, what's motivating them. Emotional logic will help you to see inside them as much as it helps you to see inside yourself. And then you've got more constructive things to say to resist that manipulation, to actually not provoke situations, but at least to prevent harm from coming into your life through making reactions out of fear and self-doubt. So, Emotional Logic Activation Plan, download it free, follow it through. You'll be able to get into various ways. What I really would like to encourage you to do is get into a book discussion group where we also have online videos that people can see. And then you can talk with other people like yourself and be a strength to each other and help to build each other. The more you're able to talk about these things openly with other people that you begin to trust that little bit, the more you'll find you've got that strength to resist what people would like to impose on your life and how to take control of your life. So this is about freedom. This is about liberating your life and just explore what life can offer, even though you might be living under difficult circumstances. But there is hope. Thank you for listening.